Welcome to Gist Dish TV, your ultimate gist corner. Before we continue this emotional and much talked about story, please subscribe to this channel, like this post, and turn on your notification bell so you never miss any exclusive gist as it drops. Stories like this don't trend every day, and this one deserves your attention. Now, let's continue, because part 2 reveals a side many people never expected. What many assumed would turn into another complicated Nollywood narrative has instead unfolded into something calmer, deeper, and far more intentional. Away from cameras, away from gossip blogs, and far away from romantic assumptions, insiders say Maurice Sam has been relating with Sonia Uche and her sister in a way that feels unmistakably familial. Not performative, not strategic, not for the internet, just real. According to people who have spent time around them, Maurice made it clear very early that his bond with Sonia would never be built on confusion or crossed boundaries. And that clarity reportedly extended naturally to her sister, who was never treated as an extra or an afterthought. He treats them like they're his own blood, a close associate revealed, the same way a responsible older brother would. In an industry where friendliness is often misread and kindness is quickly sexualized, that alone has made this story both refreshing and controversial. Those close to the trio say Maurice is extremely conscious of how young actresses are often misunderstood, pressured, or boxed into narratives they did not create. Because of that, he reportedly went out of his way to establish a tone of respect, protection, and emotional safety around Sonia and her sister. On movie sets, he was said to be observant, not intrusive, not controlling, just present. If conversations drifted into uncomfortable territory, insiders claim he subtly redirected them. If jokes crossed lines, he shut them down with humor but firmness. And if either sister seemed overwhelmed, he was reportedly the first to notice. One crew member described him as that calm older brother who doesn't shout, but everyone listens to. There were moments, sources say, when Sonia appeared visibly exhausted, emotionally more than physically. Fame, expectations, online criticism, and constant speculation can weigh heavily, especially on someone still finding balance in the spotlight. During those moments, Maurice reportedly didn't offer lectures or unsolicited advice. Instead, he offered presence. Sometimes it was a simple check-in message. Sometimes a quiet conversation away from noise. Sometimes just making sure she laughed before the day ended. Her sister, according to insiders, received the same warmth. He never treated her like Sonia's sister, a source said. He treated her like family in her own right. During group hangouts, Maurice allegedly ensured she was included in conversations, opinions respected, and comfort prioritized. He reportedly made it clear that if he was responsible for one, he was responsible for both. That consistency, many say, is what gradually silenced the loudest skeptics behind the scenes. There were even reports of moments when Maurice stepped in protectively, not aggressively, but firmly, when industry outsiders attempted to misinterpret the closeness. According to one insider, he once said quietly, "They're my people. Don't twist it." That statement alone reportedly reset the tone in that space. What has struck many observers is how intentional Maurice appears to be about avoiding emotional dependency. He allegedly encourages independence, reminding both sisters that they are strong in their own right, capable of making their own decisions, and deserving of respect regardless of who stands beside them. He doesn't try to own them, another source explained. He tries to support them, and that distinction matters. In Nollywood, where power dynamics can quietly shape narratives, this approach has stood out. Some see it as rare maturity. Others see it as an intentional attempt to protect reputations, both his and theirs. Either way, it has changed how people talk about the trio behind closed doors. Still, not everyone is convinced. There are those who believe that such closeness is unrealistic without deeper emotions. Others insist that Nollywood history has taught fans to be cautious. But those closest to the situation maintained that if romance were involved, it would already be visible in behavior, energy, and boundaries. Instead, what they see is structure, balance, and a conscious effort to keep things clean. One particularly telling moment, insiders say, was when Maurice reportedly corrected someone who casually referred to Sonia as your person. He laughed and said, "She's my sister," the source recalled. And he meant it. That simple clarification reportedly changed the room. Fans, however, remain divided. Some admire the bond, calling it proof that genuine platonic relationships can exist in Nollywood without turning romantic or toxic. Others believe the industry rarely allows such purity to last without interference. Social media reactions have ranged from praise to suspicion, with many people projecting past celebrity narratives onto the situation. Yet, despite the noise, Sonia and her sister have remained largely quiet, choosing action over explanation. And perhaps that silence is intentional. Before we go further, if you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe to Gist Dish TV, like this post, and turn on your notification bell. More exclusive gist is coming. What makes this part even more compelling is how this bond appears to have positively influenced Sonia's public demeanor. Observers have noticed a calmer energy, fewer emotionally reactive moments, and a more grounded presence. Some fans believe having a stable, non-romantic support system within the industry has helped her breathe easier. Others believe it's simply maturity catching up. Either way, those close to her say the support has mattered. As for her sister, insiders claim she has become more confident navigating Nollywood spaces, less intimidated, more assured. Knowing that someone respected has her back, many believe, has made a difference. Maurice, on his part, has reportedly remained consistent. No sudden shifts, no public declarations, no dramatic gestures, just the same steady presence. And in an industry that thrives on drama, that steadiness has become its own kind of headline. Still, questions linger. Can such a bond survive prolonged public scrutiny? Will Nollywood allow it to remain uncomplicated? Or will speculation eventually force explanations where none were needed? Only time will tell. For now, what insiders insist on is this. Whatever exists between Maurice Sam, Sonia Uche, and her sister is rooted in respect, intention, and family-like care, not scandal. And in Nollywood, that alone is enough to spark conversation. As we wrap up part 2, don't forget to subscribe to Gist Dish TV, like this post, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss what comes next. What do you think? Can genuine sibling-like bonds truly survive in Nollywood without being misunderstood? Or is the industry simply too loud for quiet relationships? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this gist is far from over.